Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Friday, June 2nd, 2023. And we begin with the state of Delaware designating a new top dog, or in this case, top dogs. At a bill signing this week, Governor John Carney declared rescue dogs the official state pup. The bill, which passed unanimously, was the brainstorm of longtime state senator Jack Walsh, who emphasized the importance of supporting animal welfare and finding forever homes for thousands of pets. According to People magazine, 13 U.S. states have official dog breeds. The last canine to wear the crown for Delaware was the Golden Retriever. It was voted in on a one-year term thanks to a successful letter-writing campaign by a group of local fourth graders in 2016. Who chose the Golden over the Fox Bull Terrier and the Beagle in a class election. Move over Broadway. Earlier this week on 42nd Street in the Big Apple, it was nature, not the actors, stealing the show. A buzzworthy spectacle known as Manhattanhenge drew thousands of people into the streets, cameras in hand, to watch the setting sun align perfectly between the city's skyscrapers. This particular configuration, which happens a few weeks before and after the first day of summer, casts an illuminating glow down the streets that run east to west on New York's grid. Famed astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson is said to have coined the term for the annual phenomenon, inspired by a childhood visit to Stonehenge in England. For those who missed this week's light show, the next opportunity will be on July 12th and 13th. 3 weeks after the summer solstice, which this year falls on June 21st. Another young up-and-comer is making a splash at the French Open. 16-year-old Mira Andreeva of Russia advanced to the third round yesterday after a decisive win against France's Diane Parry. So far, Andreeva has not dropped a set at the tournament and defeated Parry in just 77 minutes. The teen Phenom is unfazed by the spotlight, telling reporters, I just play. I don't think about it. According to Reuters, one thing that does make her nervous is watching her 18-year-old sister Erica compete. The older Andreeva lost in her French Open debut on Tuesday. Next up for Mira, America's teen sensation, 19-year-old Coco Gauff, in a match tomorrow. In a last-minute dash, U.S. senators burned the midnight oil last night to keep the country from running out of cash. On Wednesday, the House of Representatives reached an agreement that allows the U.S. to borrow more money so it can pay its bills. Senate leaders then spent yesterday debating the House version with the goal of signing off and getting it to President Biden's desk before Monday's looming deadline. That's when Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the nation's piggy bank will, for all practical purposes, be empty. As of this recording, no Senate vote had been taken, but lawmakers were hopeful they could reach a meeting of the minds overnight or by today at the latest. Anyone who's ever checked a suitcase at an airport knows that before it's loaded onto the plane, it must be weighed. This helps the airline keep track of how much weight is on the plane for safety reasons and to know how much fuel is needed. Now a carrier is once again taking this fact-finding one step further by weighing its passengers. Before stepping onto the jetway in Auckland, Air New Zealand is asking its international travelers to step onto a scale. It's not a requirement, only a request. According to the airline's website, the company is conducting a survey to measure the average weight of their customers, crew, and baggage, data that it'll then use for the next 5 years. For privacy reasons, the scales don't display an individual's weight. The numbers go straight into a computer. Air New Zealand has asked for these weigh-ins before for domestic flights. This is the first time it's making the request of international flyers. And it's temporary. This particular survey ends on July 2nd. That's it for KidNuz. Now, our KidNuz quiz. What is Delaware's newest state pup? The rescue dog. How old is the teenager currently making headlines at the French Open? 16. What city experiences Manhattanhenge? New York. International passengers flying out of Auckland on Air New Zealand are being asked to do what? step on a scale. In our Kid News Kicker, what goes in doesn't always come out. Baseball's reigning American League Gold Glove winner turned a sticky situation into a sensational play on Wednesday night against the Toronto Blue Jays. First baseman Vladimir Guerrero Jr. fielded what should have been a routine play in a game against the Brewers when the ball got stuck in his glove's webbing. Having no time to unstick it, he tossed his glove, ball and all, to his teammate and got the out. Still, it might be time for a new glove. He blew 2 plays last year when balls went straight through the webbing, with one costing his team the win. Before we go, a big hello to our teachers and classrooms, Mrs. Bicey and her Vikings at Minneota Elementary School in Minneota, Minnesota. Mrs. Reed and her Lions at Longfellow School in Fargo, North Dakota. And Mrs. Watkins and her Squirrels at Laurel School in Menlo Park, California. Thanks for listening. A reminder that our Week in Review quiz is up on our website, and for those who signed up, our word search is in your emails. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here for more Kid News Monday morning.